Namaste, welcome. Let's start standing at the top of the mat. With your feet hip-bone distance apart, ensure the toes are nice and straight and find a little rocking towards your heels and then towards your toes. Feeling that shifting of weight. And when you feel like you're nice and centered, just stop there. Press down through the ball mouth, toes spread, ribs lifting up out of the hips. It's heavy. Let's bring our hands together in front of the heart. We'll practice Surya Namaskara, nice and slow to start. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, press into your feet. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right leg all the way back, drop the knee down, lift through your chest. Exhale, stepping back for knees, chest, chin. Inhale, keep your chest forward, press the pubic bone down, toenails, shoulders back. And then press it back into Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, drop the left knee down, lift through the chest. Exhale. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, look up. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg steps back, drop the knee down, lift through your chest. And then take it back, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, lift through the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, look up. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. And just relax there for a moment, noticing and feeling warming of the body, awakening muscles. And we'll do a little vinyasa flow, some movement, and we'll come to hold some postures. So again, let's reach up, breathe in. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, step the right leg all the way back, drop that knee down, untuck your toes, and really press the toenails down into the ground. Nice and hard until you feel the awakening in the whole leg up to the glute. Then it's going to feel like you're dragging your left foot back and your right knee forward at the same time. Everything hugs to the midline, and we reach the arms up. It's okay to have the arms separate. If you want a little more, straighten the arms, bring the palms together, lift the chest. And release your hands down, surround that front foot. You're going to go ahead and tuck your back toes, lift the back knee off the ground, and shift forward into standing split. Right leg lift by really hugging, squeezing, engaging those glute muscles, quad muscles. Try to get the leg straight. And then step it all the way back into plank pose. Take a breath in there. Lower down knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, the right foot steps forward. Left knee down. And same, you want to feel like the right foot is sliding back. And curl the back toes, not like you're dragging your left leg forward. Everything hugs, comes up a bit. Reach the arms up. Length from that left big toe up the whole front of the leg. And the belly, chest, throat, face. And then release those hands down and shift the weight forward again for standing split. Doesn't matter how high the leg goes, but how embodied and present. Where can you stay of the breath and what's working? How the breath moves through that. And we're going to step that foot all the way back into the plank pose again. Take a breath in. Lower down knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Let's take 5 breaths here. Breathing for 1. Pressing down into the backs of the knuckles, all the fingers in the center of the palms, no space under the hands. Breathing for 2 as you press down like you're pressing the mat forward and away, like you're pushing it away, more weight in the legs. For 3, soften, relax, open the back of the legs, back of the glutes. 4, keep the lower belly hugging in and up. And 1 more breath. Now start to walk your hands to your feet. So we're going to end up at the back of the mat in the forward fold. Let's take yogi toe lock around the big toes. As you breathe in, half lift, shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold, bend the elbows out to the side. Or try to squeeze the outsides of your calves with your elbows. And breathe here. And tilting the sit bones up towards the ceiling, even if the knees are bent. And go ahead and start to come into a half lift. Bring your hands to your hips, and on your next inhale, come all the way up to stand. Mountain pose, relax. Notice, feel. And let's hold the right wrist behind the back. You can take Dhyana Mudra with your right hand. And we're going to take a big step forward with that left leg. Come onto your back tippy toes, roll the shoulders back, and then come into Warrior 3. Back leg pressing back, crown of the head reaching forward. Present, steady in the center, and that grounding left leg. You can go ahead and reach the arms forward here, getting a little longer. And then slowly step that right leg back. And you go ahead and bring the left hand on your lower back. Right arm is reaching up. Make sure you're not walking like on a tightrope, but your feet have space, the distance of your hips. Press hard into your right heel, press that right side back, and then start to hinge forward from your hips, preparing for a revolved triangle. Your right hand can land on the ankle, the inside of the foot, the outside of the foot, but make sure you don't twist the hips. When you navel up, you're going to start to roll that left shoulder back and up so the chest is towards the left. And breathe. If the left shoulder is stacked over the right, you can reach that left arm up. Slowly start to shift your gaze down now. Bring your left hand on your left hip if it's not there already. Bend into your left knee and then bring this right arm over to the right. So you're going to start to shift the weight forward, lifting your right leg up and walking those right fingertips at the same time so that your hand is under your shoulder. Now reach that left arm forward and lift the right leg up a little higher as you revolve again to the left. And slowly, we're going to go ahead and release the right foot down, left hand down, forward fold. Take a little bounce, a little bend in your knees. And then come up to stand. Relax and feel. Everything has an after effect. Everything we eat, even what we say, watch, do. And now step your left leg back. Go ahead and hold your right wrist behind your back. You can take Dhyana Mudra with the right hand again, the pointer and the thumb meet. Start to bend into your right knee. Get light on your back, tippy toes, roll those shoulders back, and then come into Warrior 3. And one teacher described this posture in the concept of time as the back leg reaching back into the past and then crown of the head forward, standing leg present, and just bringing it all into a whole here, into one, all working at the same time. Go ahead and slowly start to step that left leg back now. Enough of a stance or space where Your back heel can still stay heavy. If your back heel is like off the ground, that means it's too far back. So just bring it forward. Press into that back heel. Feel that glute engage back there because you're pressing down so hard. And then right hand on your lower back, left arm comes up. Breathe in. Great length. Take that length with you as you come forward. And then twist. Take your time. 5 breaths. And slowly go ahead and shift your gaze down. Right hand on right hip. Move that left hand over to the left side of your mat now. As you bend into your right knee, you're going to kick your left leg up. And you also have to move the left hand forward again so that you're not crunched back there. You have space in your spine. The left leg is nice and strong. And then the right arm reaches up to the right. And everything working as one here, like a compass, out in all directions. And then slowly release your hand down. Release your left foot down and come into a malasana squat. Take your time. Widen your feet, drop the hip, palms together. You can press your elbows into your inner thighs here and your legs back into your elbows. Lift up your chest. And you have 2 options here. You can, in your malasana, bring the right arm out to the right. Left arm can come up. You have to go on your knee. If you have the bind, you can take a bind. Left arm goes behind your back. And then this hand, you got to spin it in, roll the shoulder in to make your bind nice and healthy. Or you are going to lift your hip a bit. The right arm goes under on the inside of the right leg. And I'm going to bend my elbow and bring my hand up there by my hip crease. And the left hand here. If you're doing this variation, you'll straighten the toes forward, lengthen your legs, you can revolve your chest. Twist. So let's find this either way. Either down here in the bind or this standing variation. We're here for 5 breaths. If you're flexible, see if you can hold your left wrist with your right hand. Right palm is facing out and hold your left wrist, and you can pull that behind back. Try to straighten your left arm and roll the chest. Open. Okay, option for bird of paradise. If you're in this variation where your legs are up, you're going to shift the weight to the left foot, come onto your right tippy toes, squeeze your right thigh in towards your body, and then come on up. Option to straighten your leg once you're there. Then slowly come down. We're all going to meet in malasana squat. Take your time unwinding. And again, feel. Okay, same thing on the other side. Left arm can come out on the front of the shin. You can just stay here, or you can just here with the hand on the knee. You can take your bind here, or you're going to lift your hips a bit. Bring the left arm through underneath your left thigh towards that hip crease so you can hold your wrist. And then you want to keep your feet about the width of your mat. Send those sit bones up. Let the spine fall long. And then revolve. Not from your hips. Hips stay squared. And slowly break the pose. From here, let's plant the hands down. Come into a half lift. Exhale, fold. And then next inhale, come up to stand into your mountain pose. Relax. Right leg steps back and into warrior two. Nice long stance here, either heel to heel alignment, arms into the T position. And imagine someone stepping on this thigh and really let yourself sit low and press hard into the outside of that right foot, right heel, engagement up to the glute. Make sure your knees bending towards that pinky toe. And slowly start to straighten out that left leg. Turn the left toes into the open side of your mat. Right toes to the back. You can angle those back toes in a bit also into warrior two, facing the back of your mat. Here, let's come into side extended angle. Your right forearm can either come onto your thigh, or you can place it on the inside of the foot. Left arm can come up. Some options if you want to play are you can take a bind, bringing that right arm underneath your leg. You can also then bend deep into your front knee, squeeze that arm and roll back. And then we're all going to meet in warrior two. And straighten out that right leg, turn the toes in, left toes to the front, warrior two to the front of your mat, and then come into your side extended angle. Whatever variation you chose on the last side. Breathing. And then start to break your pose, come into your warrior two. Straighten the left leg, turn those toes to face the open side of your mat, and then jump your legs together, mountain pose, relax. Jump them back out. And here we're going to go ahead and turn the toes out to the side, horse pose or goddess pose, then deep into the knees. And then pressing into your thighs, just drop one shoulder down to twist. The other way. And then coming back to center after your last exhale. And straighten out the legs, turn the toes to face back in. And go ahead and take a forward fold of your choice. Hands can go behind your back. You can grab the toes, you can grab your ankles, up to you. And start to find that you're lifting the sit bone up towards the ceiling, tilting them up, even if the knees are bent. More breath. Go ahead and bring the palms onto the ground, come into a half lift. Then stay into this wide shape in two ways. You can either just widen as much as you can for a straddle, and come on to forearms or elbows at that point, or you're going to drop your knees down, bend them. Feet are pointed out to the side for frog pose. So you want to find that the knees and the ankles are in one straight line. And that you're not too far back. Sometimes this pose, your body can get a little sneaky and bring you like too forward or too far back. So stay in line the hips with the knees. I'll breathe here. One more breath. And slowly start to gather the legs back together. So we'll meet in that wide-legged forward fold. And go ahead and come on up to stand. And step to the top of your mat now. Relax. And step the right leg back here into warrior one. And coming into a twist, we're going to bring the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. If keeping this back foot flat here to twist is too much, then just go ahead and spin that heel up. Okay, up to you. If you have a bind, feel free to take a bind. You want to try to get that knee into the armpit. I'll use my other arm to help this hand sneak through. Twist here. One more breath. And then go ahead, unwind, surround your front foot, come onto the ball of your back foot, and just find a little rocking forward and back. Step back into downward dog. And then right foot steps forward into warrior one. And into your twist, left elbow outside of right knee. Break the pose. Step back, down dog. And come into our first inversion. You can take dolphin pose, bringing the forearms down. You can take a headstand, forearm stand. Oh, it's hard to speak when I'm upside down. Or a handstand. Let's meet in pose. A little refresh, a little reset here, let all efforts go. Take a nice deep breath in, feel your back, feel your heart. Exhale out of the hips, out of the legs, into the cheek, back into your. When you're ready, let's go ahead and meet in downward dog. Look in between your hands, either walk or take a hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, look up. Exhale, mountain pose. Relax, feel, notice. I'm going to go ahead and reach the arms up, taking Kali Mudra. So we're interlacing all the fingers except the pointer and the thumb. And now we're going to try to squeeze the head with the arms. Make sure you're not arching your spine. So you want to feel the ribs like they're interlacing. You know, arching the lower back, pelvis nice and neutral. And then the lower belly in and up. Squeeze the legs together. And then find a little rock from side to side without twisting your spine. Without tucking your chin. Rounding your neck. And we're going to stop in the center. Lift the ribs up out of your hips and then go to the right side. Inhale, come back up. And into your left. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center and relax the arms down. Let's do a little balancing. We'll practice dancer's pose. All the weight into the left leg. Grab hold of that right ankle or foot. Lift the left arm up, and then from here, starting the pose, pour out the hips, lift up through those left fingers, and then start to kick back and up as you reach forward. Be strong on that left big toe. And slowly kick to come out. Release. Next side. Grab a hold of left foot or ankle, right arm reaches up, and then reach from the hip up the rib, up the inner armpit, all the way to the finger, the whole time. Then kick back and up. Slowly kick to come out. Mountain pose, relax. And we're going to do that one more time. Bring the weight into that left. Grab a hold of the right foot, left arm up. And kick. Feel that stretch across your chest. One more breath. Slowly come out. Now begin. Second side. Prepare. And move into it. Little breath once you're there. And release. Relax. Let's go ahead and start to come into a chair pose, Vipassana. Shift the weight into the left leg, and let's lift that right leg up and over. You can also wrap it around the back of your ankle, and then the left arm over the right arm for eagle pose. Slowly start to stand back into mountain pose. Okay, switch sides, sit low, shift weight into right leg, and then wrap. Right arm over left. Squeeze the inner thigh. And release. Relax. And let's start to come into a 3-part pose. Option 1, you either grab the knee for 5, and the knee comes out for 5, but forward 5, or you can take the toe lock, 5, 5, 5. Okay, so let's come to stand, all the weight on that left leg. Take the right leg up, choose your variation. Rolling that right shoulder back in line with your left. Right hip in line with your left. Breathing for 3, 4. And then externally rotate. Leg comes out. You could also start to slowly move your eyes to the left and then your head to the left. And slowly coming back to center. Point the toes. You need to keep the hands on the hips or up. 5, 4, don't lean back. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let it go. Shifting weight into right leg. Stay nice and tall. Don't lean to the right. Stay nice and centered, and then bring that leg up. Stay focused. And then bring that leg out to the left. An option to move your eyes to right, and then head to the right. And bring it forward. Point the toes. Keep that leg nice and high. Use your quad. Use the lower belly. 5. Imagine I'm trying to push the ceiling with your head here. And then release. Relax. Let it go. All right, let's go ahead and step the right foot back. Drop the knee onto the ground. You can bring the left hand down on the inside of the left foot now. And then take a half bind or full bind. Now, option 2, do a little bind runner's lunge where your back foot stays untouched. You're going to sit back on that heel and then flex the front foot. Roll back, you're going to lay on your leg. Let's rebend into this knee now. Release that left hand down. And then switch. Right foot forward. Right hand down. Half bind or full bind. If you like that lunge, you can move back, sit on your left heel, lengthen, flex the right leg, foot. Rebend into the front knee. Release the hands down, step into all fours, and take a few rounds of cat and cow. And we're going to send the right leg back and up, bend the knee, and then reach back with your left hand or foot or the ankle. Take back and up, lift the chest. And slowly take your time to switch sides. And slowly release, let go. Sit on the heels, relax. Now, perhaps you can sit in between your heels, or you can put a blanket if you don't quite make it down onto the ground. Right in the feet, so the heels are right on the side of your hips. If you can go further, deeper, you can drop the elbows onto the ground. Try to keep the knees closed. You could also lay all the way flat. The arms can even come overhead. One more breath. And slowly make your way up. Just sit. Bring the knees closer together and sit on the heels again and relax. And let's bring that right hand down on the ground next to us. And take a side bend over to the right. But make sure your left hip doesn't come up at all. Keep your left hip very heavy. Also stretching right side. Switch. And then come back to center. And we're going to come onto all fours again. So option 2, repeat what we practiced before. Right foot forward, box lunge. You can stay here, you can take a full bind, you can take that runner's lunge again, or you're going to bring this right shoulder underneath your right thigh, under your right leg as much as you can. My arm goes through and under, so it's behind it. I'm going to try to plant my hand right behind that right heel. So this shoulder has to be nice and low. I even like to grab my ankle and like try to just scooch myself from there. And then pressing hard into the palm and then squeezing my heel towards me, squeezing my leg, grab your foot here. And then I'm going to start to kick out. Try to look under my armpit, roll my chest open. Okay. So you can try that out also with the back leg straight to make this more difficult. Same thing, I scooch under, grab this foot nice and strong, and then kick. A few more breaths there. Now let's break this pose, sit on the heels, relax. Notice. And then we'll switch, left foot forward, and you can keep it here. Or you can try to do that thing where this shoulder arm, really try to tuck it under. My hand goes, like my crease of my thumb is going around the back of my heel. That's how close it is. Then I push hard into my arm, squeeze with my leg, and then kick it open. And release. Sit on the heels. Okay, let's go ahead and make our way onto our knees. And we're going to step the right foot forward. Slide that left knee back. Uncurl your back toes, flatten the foot. And then bring your right hand onto your thigh. The left arm is going to go behind your back. Hold the right elbow. And then use that to roll the shoulders back, open up the chest. Remember, it's like you're sliding the right foot back and the left leg forward at the same time. So we're going to back bend here. Option to just stay here, or you can reach the fingers alongside you. Keep opening the chest. And don't let this knee go out to the side, the front knee. You can also reach the arms up. Kali Mudra, stretch back. Okay, up to you. Breathe into the tension, no running. Now we're going to just move the hips back for a moment. Give yourself a little break there. Breathe that into the knee. And you might want a blanket or to like double up your mat by just folding it in the outside in half. But we're going to bend the back knee. Make sure you're not on your kneecap. You want to be on the fleshy part above your kneecap. And then reach back for the foot. You can, I like that. Foot in, toes in towards your left ribs. Still keep lifting the shoulders back and up. And release. Let's switch the legs. Left foot forward, right knee back. Flatten out the back foot and then create a opening, a back bending, a stretching the front of the hip flexor. Nice smile. And then breaking this, bring the hips back for a moment, a little release. And then re-bend again. Make sure your weight is on the part above the kneecap, not right on your kneecap. As you bend this back knee, follow this foot in. And release. And we're going to bend this left knee and come into pigeon pose. Right leg back. This foot can be all the way back here. It could also come up here. Just make sure you don't hurt your knee. Have a little pressing into your right toenail. A little feeling of the right hip moving forward and the left hip back, very subtle. And then everything else relax. Notice what's here, not in the past or the future. What's here to be felt, breathed into, moved, accepted, and acknowledged. And to advance or to go deeper doesn't necessarily mean the asanas, but to go deeper into awareness, into listening, to go deeper into the other body, feeling all the lengthening, the pulling, the compressing on meridians, channels, organs. One more breath here, all into that outer hip, and move into the lower back. And slowly coming onto your palms. We're going to lift the chest and just stay here for another moment. You might just stay here enjoying this extra lengthening in the front of the body. Or you can go ahead and bend your knee, reach back and slide your foot into your elbow crease. Palm spins up and you can take a bind here. If you have the full posture, you grab, I do not explain this funky hand thing. The teacher has to grab my hand and do it for me many times. But your palm is out like you're holding a tray back there. You grab the top of your foot. And then you start to squeeze this foot in and look, the elbow revolves up. You open your chest. And when you're ready, let's switch sides. Take your time. Take anything you need in between. Pigeon pose on the right. Pressing down into your left toenail. Muscles are warm. We got to keep them engaged here. It's not yin. Left hip forward, right hip back. It's hatha yoga, and in hatha yoga, we are trying to bring that oneness of that yin and that yang, where they are in the one another. So here, although the muscles are warm and we're using mind and action. And still, in those terms and in those conditions, can we still find the surrender, the softness, the ease, calmness? Notice if your mind wanders to anywhere but the now, but to hear the sensations running through your body. Now, breath, keeping you alive. And just keep breathing your awareness back. One more breath here. And go ahead and start to make your way onto your palms again. Over the chest, open up. And stay here or take your back bend. Release. We're going to roll to the right hip. Send the left leg forward. Both legs straight. Lay down on your back. And then shavasana. Relax. Ready, let's take our way back into the posture. The legs are out in front of us, setting for Paschimottanasana. Flex the feet, press into the heels. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Think of the hips pressing back and down, and heart reaching forward. Crown of the head reaching forward. No cranking in the neck. Little bend in the elbows helps to roll the shoulders back. Hug shoulder blades together behind your back. 3 more breaths. Your next inhale, let's come up to sit. Bring the hands flat behind you onto the ground. Fingertips facing their heels. You're going to roll your shoulders back, really squeeze them together back behind you. Push down through the ground, lengthen the arms. So you're already halfway in the shape here. Now lift your hips up, flatten the feet down, get the toenails down, lift the heart, lift the hips. Let the head go back. One more breath. And release, relax. All right, let's bring the right foot into the inner thigh. You can just stay here, or by pressing into the ground, you're gonna lift your hips up. Bring the hips forward, so now you're sitting on your heels. Okay, lift through the chest, and then fold, long spine over the leg. Hollow out the lower belly. The ribs stay nice and open. One more breath. Ready, come up to sit. Move that foot out from underneath, bring it out, massage your knee a little bit, and then switch. Left foot in. You can just keep it there in the inner thigh, or press into the ground. Send the hips forward so you're sitting in your heel, and then fold over the leg. So for men, the heel goes in between the genitals, perineum. For women, usually the opening of the vagina. And so lock there, you can think of lifting up through the pelvic floor, maintaining energy that way. One more breath. Inhale, come up to sit. Send both legs out. And let's come into boat pose. Lift through the chest, legs up. 5 breaths in Navasana. If you want more, straighten the legs. Don't think about it too much. Just cross your ankles, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. In our second inversion here, you can do the headstand again. You can do a forearm stand, you can do a handstand. Better at this time. Couldn't say in the headstand before. If you're not sturdy in forearm stand, you can go up against the wall. You could also just do the press. So forearms, elbow distance apart, press hard into the back of the knuckles, the center of your palms. Come up. You just lift the leg up. And then switch. Or pretend it's going to kick your butt. Take little hops. Eventually you stay there longer and longer. Make sure you do both. Not both hands, both feet. And let's eat in child's pose. Relax. When you're ready, let's come back up into a comfortable seat. Send the legs out in front of you into the easy cross-legged seat here. Relax for a moment. Check in. And now I'm going to move into Gomukhasana cow face pose. So your left knee, the bottom leg, knees pointing as straight forward as you can, and then that foot is by the outside of your right hip. Now you're going to bring that right knee to stack over that left knee. Your feet are nice and close. Take the full posture here. Let's reach the left arm up. Wrap the shoulder in, and then bring your hand behind the back of your heart. Right arm out, thumb down, and then wrap that shoulder out and take a bite. You can also hold closed if you don't reach your hand back there. Rest your head into the back of your elbow here and breathe. With the outer hips open. Feel the compression and the pooling of energy around the shoulders and the arms. And the infinity symbol creating some pooling of energy in the lower body, sacral chakra and the root hips with this binding crossing of the legs. If we can build this energy and harness it to heal the body. One more breath. Exhale, untangle the arms, and you can stay here. Nice straight spine. 2 more breaths. You can come forward into a fold if you'd like. One more breath. And coming on up. Send the legs out, just give them a little shake. And then we'll switch sides. Right knee bends on the bottom, left knee stacks on top. Take a moment to feel nice and even on your sit bones. And then right arm comes up. Bend that palm back, hand to the back of your heart. Left thumb down and back, wrap it in. Breathe, notice. So much to feel here. Working into that gallbladder meridian on the outer legs here, T-band, sciatic nerve, all into the pericardium meridian, the heart, armpits, the shoulders. And let the mind go anywhere else when there's such a precious opportunity to bear witness to miracles in our own existence, in this own moment. Even the miracle of the breath pouring in and down into all the sensations, up into the sensation. And exhaling as if we can release intention and let go of something more than just the breath. And just release the arms and take a forward fold. Forward fold is optional. Some of you might be able to hook your chin in front of your knee. One more breath here. Slowly come up, upright spine, relax. Send the legs out. Take another moment to relax here. And now let's set up for Agni Sambhasana. Bring your right leg out to the right, so it's kind of like out of the way. You're gonna bend this left leg. So you have like a 90-degree angle here with the knee crease. From your hip to your left knee, one straight line. From your knee to your heel, another straight line. Now grab your right leg, and it's gonna do the same thing on top, tracking. Right knee right on top of your left foot. So make sure the left foot isn't back here. It's right under your knee. And then your foot is right over your other knee. Okay? If this is very easy for you, a way to make this a little deeper for yourself is to bring the feet out wider. So they're like wider than the knees themselves. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and take a fold. But make sure you don't round. If you round, you're going to totally cheat. So make sure you're going down straight and be honest with yourself. I like to put my elbows on my legs. I find that it helps bring some weight down there. Keep the feet flexed, but everything else relaxing. One more breath here. And coming back up, we're going to come into lotus pose from here, or half lotus. So let's grab a hold of this right foot, bring it up, and then bring it all the way up towards your nose. And very carefully imagine you're rowing a boat. Now stop and bring your toe down in line with your belly button. Now point your knee as far forward as you can and slip your heel in towards like the groin area as much as you can in there. And you can stay here in half lotus, or you're gonna fly these left toes forward and then lean forward to drop your right knee onto the floor. grab your foot and slide it over that right knee, but make sure it doesn't come off the ground. If it does, don't do it. And then you're notice. Take Dhyana Mudra, point the finger in some meat. Lift the heart. Relax the shoulders. Here, you can take a little fun play if you want, optional. Just coming forward, coming onto your knees, coming off the fingers. You could also have blocks here. See if maybe you can bring one hand to your heart and the other. Try to reach one up and try to reach both up. A little harder. Or you can just stay in lotus and seated posture and relax. And then we're gonna start to come down, break the pose, and roll your ankles out a bit. Right. So bring the left leg out to the left, preparing for Agni Sambhasana on this side. The right hip and right knee are in a nice straight line. And then your left knee goes right over that ankle. It's like a little box on the top. Relax. If you'd like, you can fold. One more breath. And slowly coming up. Go ahead and grab this left foot, bring it up as high as your nose. It doesn't actually have to touch your nose, but just like in that height. And then you can make some circles. Now bring it to the height of your belly button and point your left knee forward and sneak your heel into your hip crease. Okay, you can stay in half or move the right foot forward so you can drop your left knee down as you lean forward. Keep leaning and then slide that right foot up. Notice. Relax. Going to try the balancing on this side. We could. Every asana has its own state, its own medicine. See what's here. One more breath. Break the pose. And the legs out. And then we're gonna cross the right foot over the outside of the left knee. For our last seated posture, we'll twist. You can keep the right leg straight, or you can also bend the right knee and bring that foot to the outside of your hip. Some options for your twist, so you can just simply wrap the arm around and twist to your left. You can hook the elbow. You can sweep this hand in through this little hole and bind that way. Or a deeper bind is your arm gonna have to go on the outside of this knee here. And then you can hold your knee or you can hold your foot. Okay? So either one. And again, feeling into the spiraling of the spine, everything around it, including the organs. Your organs happy with you. We get very in tune with ourselves. We can actually listen to our organs saying, hey, that was too much anger. Or hey, that food really didn't feel good. Or we need this. Take one more breath here. And come back. Switch sides. Straighten the leg. Step that right foot on the outside of the left knee. You can then bend the bottom leg. Okay? And then twist to your right. One more breath. And come back to center. Bring the legs out and come to lay down. Option to take a little mini shavasana. We're almost done with class. Last few postures. Breathe into to be with. You can use this as a rest, or you can come up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose, upside down bow. If you know the wheel, come up. If not, I can show you. You can plant it next to your ears, fingertips looking towards your shoulders. And you want everything to work together as one. So everything, the palms, the deep press, the core, everything works to pick you up. And breathe. Also known as chakrasana, opens all the chakras. Feel that. One more breath. And come down. Relax. Few more moments to rest or take a second round. May not prepare. Come up. And relax down. And all wait in a little shavasana. Start to hug the knees into the chest now. Let your lower back stay extended on the ground. You can stay in stillness, find a little rock from side to side. And then come up into shoulder stand. Close the eyes. And your awareness is facing between the eyebrows. Relax there. Relax the weight of the organs. And come into plow pose. Hips over shoulders, like head. And make a fist with the hands. And pressure pose within the outside of your ears. You can also wrap your arms to the back of your knees. Back into fish pose. You can make a little fist with your hands. You start to lower down and you land on your arms. So the palms are facing down. We're going to wrap the arms below, sitting on your wrist. Straighten your legs, push into your forearm, and then lift your chest up off the ground. Breathe into your throat, into your heart. One more breath. And release, relax. And so tie the knees back into the chest. We have one last posture for Shavasana. So we're gonna meet in a seated posture. From here, you can either roll over to sit or you can rock forward and back to come up to sit. And just watch the demonstration first, and then we'll do it together. So we're going to be practicing Mayurasana, peacock pose. And for this posture, there's many different steps to get there. You might stop at a certain point and not keep going until you can. So one of the easiest ways to come into this posture is with the legs in like a butterfly leg position. And just watch first with the knees spread out, the palms flat with the fingertips pointing back towards you. And that might be work. And you might just stop there today and find a little rocking forward and back and just work on opening up your forearms. If you can go deeper, the goal is to have my elbows on either side of my belly button. So if you notice, just already like just rounding in my back to get there. So a little rounding, adjusting so that I can bring my forehead down. And then once I'm here, now I don't have to worry about gravity or anything else. I can just try to really wiggle my elbows underneath my belly button or the side of my belly button. Now I can send one leg back, then the other. You might stop here, or you might look forward. Okay, so see if you can get to that point. If you don't mind, you're not gonna just go and do it. But see if you can get to that place where the elbows are underneath your belly button. You can straighten your legs back and look forward. You might even go into it without the little steps, right? You might even just start like a plank pose, fingers facing back, then the elbows back, and then get them in there. Okay. So if you need more time, you can just pause the video and work on that, or rewind it if you need to see those steps again. If you're ready to see if you can do the full posture, then just watch and then give yourself some time to try it out. So maybe come into it that way where you lifted your head, right? You bent the knees, you brought your forehead down and wiggled the elbows in. You were able to lift your head and lift your leg. Or maybe you came right into it the other way. Whatever way you come into it, to actually lift up into Mayurasana, it's not about strength, it's about leaning forward. Yes, you need to be strong, you have to squeeze your belly very hard, but the main thing is the lean. So I'm gonna prepare my arms here, lean. All right, give it a go. Make sure you lean forward. And I'm going to move on here. So if you need to pause the video to work on that for a bit, please do so. And then if you're ready, we're going to meet in Shavasana. For Shavasana, you don't have to do anything. So it's funny to relax. You have to do nothing. Let all the large muscles of your body just turn off and relax. Allow your jaw to unclench. Eyeballs heavy to the back of the skull. Lean heavy to the back of the skull. All the muscles like they're just slipping off the bone. Whole body like a pool of liquid on your mat. Relax. Feel the breath move into your soft, relaxed body. So become aware of your place and space, the weight of your body, the weight of your emotions, your intelligence, your breathing into all the bodies as you start to bring in some small movements. And when you're ready, you'll start to roll over onto the right side. And take your time to come up into a comfortable seated posture. You can have your eyes closed once you arrive to a tall, straight spine. And then just take a moment to feel and notice the after effects of your practice, your effort. And bringing your hands together in front of the heart, take a bow in honor of your life, your existence. And feel the practice with the sound Om, breathing in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hare Om.